So recently I platinumed CyberPunk 2077, which was originally going to be the video that I was going to upload today, but seeing as CyberPunk has been covered quite a bit by various YouTubers recently, I've decided to keep the footage for a later upload and instead went back through the game for no other reason than to challenge myself. And boy, was it a hard one. Bad joke, I know, but you'll get what I mean in a minute. I've seen various challenge runs on YouTube covering multiple different games. I actually love watching them, and recently I saw another YouTuber complete Cyberpunk 2077, well, as best you can anyway, using the unique weapon known as Skippy. Now, during my Platinum playthrough, I stumbled upon an absolute beast of a weapon, and that weapon is the BFC 9000. Basically, a big vibrating penis. And in today's video, we are going to beat Cyberpunk 2077 using only the long dick of the law. So the rules of this run are simple. I can only kill enemies with the BFC 9000 unless there is absolutely no other choice to progress the main quest, like having to escape during car getaways and the Johnny flashback mission specifically. But before we can get to waving our penis around in people's faces, we first need to get our hands on it. We start a new game, choose the nomad path, as I like the idea of V being reported as essentially a crazed outsider coming into the city beating people to death with a giant penis. Yeah, weird story, I know, but that's the one we're going with. We increase our dong size to absolute girthy boy. We spec into body for the perks and bonuses for blunt weapons, as we aren't stabbing the enemies, we're slapping them. And I put the remainder into technical ability for better implants and bonuses later on, although I never actually make use of them and I never actually buy any new implants. So yeah, there you go, wasted points. We begin the game on the outskirts of Night City, where we find ourselves fixing our car, after which a lovely officer comes to greet us, but we tell him we can't stick around and we'll be back with Johnson later. We then phone a friend, meet up with Jackie and bribe the local border force. The bribe fell through, and a short while later we were on the run from the border patrol. Turns out this is where I'd also get my first taste of combat as well. Yeah, I forgot the nomad life path had this little section, but as I said, scenes like this doesn't mean we have actually failed the challenge, because sometimes it's just unavoidable. It's the only way we can continue. However, not all scenes require us to kill whatever's chasing us. There's a few where if we just simply do nothing, the cars crash and we are free to make our escape without firing a bullet, much like this one here. After escaping, we find out that we are actually smuggling an iguana and instead decide to keep it for ourselves and then decide to start a definitely very long friendship with Jackie. We then head into Night City and, well, you know the rest.
Hello there, Night City! City of dreams.
We eventually take on the gig to find Sandra Dorset, and where we are once again confronted with an issue. You see, we don't start with the BFC, which means until I get it, we can't kill any enemies. Thankfully, we don't have to, and Jackie's here to do that for us. Come on, Jackie. Come on, get in here. Get in here. Let's grab all these, bring them with me. Come on, come around here, boys. Come around here, come to Jackie. Right, there we go. We're going to let Jackie deal with them, and we're just going to hide in here. Right, we don't need to get involved in any of that. How's it going? Yeah, you've got it covered. We'll just close the door. We're not getting involved. Jackie, are you done? Go on. Yeah, there we go. You're done now. Damn, Jackie, you've left quite a mess behind. Jackie, help! There's a man there. There's a man there. Get him. Jackie, where you going? Damn it. Okay, we're just gonna risk it. Jump, quick, jump, go, all the way around, Jackie, shoot him, Jackie, shoot him. Right, let's just hide. Let's hide. Go on, Jackie. Go on, get him. That's it. Don't come back out, Jackie. Get in there and shoot him. Jackie, shoot him, Jackie. He's shooting me. Jackie, please shoot him. Come on. Come on, one more bullet. You got this. You got this, Jackie. Come on. One more bullet. Yeah, there we go. Right, we've got to take out that big guy, Jackie. So the plan is, I'm going to sneak through here. You are just going to full speed ahead, charge him, okay? We're not getting involved. This is all you, Jackie. Go on, my son. Take him out. Go on. Bam! Ooh, oh, shit. Oh, damn, Jackie.
Don't see any movement on the
Ruthless.
Looks like you got
Ruthless. After Jackie Kool-Aided it through the wall, we rescue Sani and make our move. We end up getting into another chase sequence, but much like the last one, we can just sit there and do absolutely nothing. We then sweet talk our way past an NCPD officer that seems to not have any questions as to why we have bullet holes in our car, and we then head home to get some good shut-eye. The next day we head to Vic's with Jackie, get a few upgrades, and then meet up with Dex, where he offers us a gig of a lifetime, but to pull it off there's a bit of setup work that needs to be done. At this point I decided I was tired of sitting back and watching Jackie shoot everyone and decided to go and get our weapon of choice a little bit early. Now to get this weapon we have to head over to the dam, which wouldn't be an issue if Watson wasn't on lockdown. Well, thankfully we can use a cheeky little exploit to break out early. You see, if we head up to this location and follow a very specific path, we can actually leave Watson and are then free to explore the rest of Night City. Of course we aren't exploring, we're just trying to find our penis.
Find your penis for $1. Find your penis, $1, $1. Find your penis here.
Now this is where a big issue arises with my actual challenge. You see, it's not a weapon that we just pick up. This lovely gentleman here is in possession of it, and he doesn't just hand it over to us. I tried getting creative here. I thought maybe I could drive my car off the edge of the dam and jump out in time so that it kills him, but not technically by me as I wasn't behind the wheel. That wasn't even possible, so I had to scratch that idea pretty quickly. I then thought I could grab his attention and get him to chase me off of the cliff and hope that either the fall kills him or I could lure him somewhere for the police to hopefully kill him. That didn't work either, and he doesn't fall off the edge, there's an invisible barrier for him. This left me with two options that both, in a way, technically fail the run, but have to be done in order to get the run even officially started. I could push him off the edge with my hands, but I noticed doing this actually causes damage to him, and I was doing my best to prevent that in any way. Again, I only want damage with the penis. This left me with one choice, and that was to grab him from behind and walk off of the edge of the cliff with him. As soon as we fall, we end up letting go of him, which then allows gravity to take its course, meaning that technically his cause of death was falling and not me. And yep, come here, pal.
Please.
Sorry, I didn't want to do this, man. I was trying to find every other way possible, but unfortunately this is how you gotta die. Right, over the edge. Okay, we fell. Not all the way, apparently. Okay, there we go. There we go. And there. Let gravity take its course. He should slowly die. But look, see, look. He's taking damage. He's dying. And it's not by me. Oh, okay. No, we're a bit too far. No, it's good. It's good.
Please.
Go on. There we go. He's dead. Right, let's get the weapon. Okay. Why isn't it letting me loot it? He's still talking, but I think he is unconscious or dead. But I can't loot the thing. Let's walk away, come back there. Yep, nothing. Okay. I guess I don't know what to do. Yeah, so I couldn't loot his body for some reason. At this point, I worried that it may not even be possible to pick up this early on, but I decided to give it another try, and this time we were a bit more successful. Right, hopefully it doesn't mess up this time and we can actually pick up the weapon. Right, come over here, buddy. And slowly... Okay, didn't work. There we go. And that was quick, but he is in such a bad place. What the hell? What is that? How am I supposed to get there? Okay, yeah, we've gone past. Shit! What am I supposed to do now? I can't even get up there. Look at me, mate. Professional rock climber out here. Come on, we're almost there. Almost there. Almost at the top. Come on. Almost at the summit. There we go. And we can loot it. Thank God for that. You're mine. Whew, I was actually worried then. Let's go and equip this bad boy. There we go. Look at it. Beautiful, look. And you may not realise, but when you get it out, your control vibrates. I'm trying to get it to do its little animation here, but it's not working for some reason. Okay, we'll try it some other time. But yeah, we got the weapon now. That's great. We can start getting down to some business. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but as a wise man once said,
"Mine ain't nothing special, but this boy gets the job done. All right?
With Penis in hand, we could officially start our run. We headed back into Watson and met up with Militech, where they gave us a cred chip that we could use to buy back the flathead from Maelstrom. We then headed inside Maelstrom's base, met with Dum Dum and took a couple of hits for fun. After some negotiations, we give Royce the cred chip, where we discovered that Militech had bugged it and we now had to fight our way out of all foods. Obviously though, that is now no longer a problem, as this is where we get to witness the power of our mighty weapon. The fact that we can dick slap a guy 3 times and he's out cold is mind-blowing. You think that's lethal? Look what we did to Royce. Come on. Almost down. Yes, look at that. Mega damage. 2%. Come on. There we go. He's down. We'll take that for later. Can't use it, but I want it anyway. And have some of this bad boy. Oh, damn. Look what we done to his head. What the fuck? I'm so sorry, Royce. You are not coming back from that one, my guy. Damn. That's a powerful penis. Powerful penis right there. We leave all foods with the flathead. Meredith thanks us for a job well done, and we then head over to Lizzie's to meet with Evelyn Parker, who ordered the job. She tells us she has some valuable intel that we would need to view in order to get inside Konpeki Plaza, and where we get our first introduction to brain dances. During the video, Evelyn gets complimented on her looks.
You look like a cut of fuckable meat, are you?
We listen to Yorinobu talk business, and we find the location of the relic. We then meet back up with the crew to go over the plan, and we manage to bump up our cut by an extra 5%, though it's not going to matter in about 20 minutes anyway. And with that, it was now time to pull off the heist. We don our smartest attire, enjoy the Excelsior package for the short amount of time that we have it, and make our way inside Konpeki Plaza to use the flathead to bypass Konpeki security, and then a few hours later we find ourselves Sly Coopering our way into Yorinobu's suite. We take his gun to sell later on, and we take the iguana egg because I plan to put it in a little bowl at home.
Now what? Patience is a virtue. Oh.
We then of course grab the relic that we came here for and then hide inside of a wall as we witness Yorinobu offing his old man. We take Yorinobu's clothes to cosplay later and then make our escape with Jackie. Of course we don't have access to our penis during our escape and we can't use the guns given to us. Thankfully, we once again have Jackie. Now, after seeing other people's challenge runs, I expected this to take a decent amount of time, and I expected to die a decent amount. But look, if we are being honest, it's not that hard. I literally jump past everybody until I reach the elevator, by which point Jackie reveals he's a magician and teleports over to us, and from there, we simply hide and let our boy do all the work. Took a couple of minutes, granted, but we eventually get the key and take the elevator down, completely ignoring everybody in the lobby, and we rush down to the garage to make our escape. Of course, we once again are hit with another issue that will essentially fail the run, and that is that during this chase sequence, we have no option but to shoot the drones that are after us. I tried ignoring them, but doing that just results in us dying, so that does mean that if you don't consider us actually getting the weapon failing the run earlier, then we have definitely technically failed it by now, but thankfully, again, I have rules in place that allow me to bypass this. Regardless, we are going to continue the run just to see how much of the game we can theoretically get through only using that as our weapon. This of course happens to be Jackie's last ride. He puts the chip in our head and unfortunately we have to say goodbye to our friend on our way to Dex. We then meet up with Dex, clean ourselves up, get betrayed by Dex and take a bullet to the cranium.
No blaze of glory.
What the fuck?
Now you think that would be the end of us, but oh no, thanks to the relic we are then thrown into the memories of Johnny Silverhand, and once again we don't have access to our dildo, and to actually progress through the mission we are required to clear out the enemy, so yeah, forgive me Penis Lord, for I have sinned. Anyway, with that, we clear our way to the elevator shaft to send a thermonuclear bomb down to the bottom. We get caught by Adam Smasher and witness Johnny's soul get ripped and packed away into a tiny little chip. And in case you didn't realise, that's the one in our head. We then wake up to find Goro putting one through Dex's head, and a while later find ourselves on the run from his previous employer. Again, this is a section where we have no option but to take out the incoming Arasaka agents, otherwise... Regardless, we end up crashing anyway, not touching the gun because it isn't a penis, and then passing out. We then wake up back at Vic's and he tells us that the relic is slowly killing us and that we would need to find help fast. To help us out until then though, he prescribes us a good night's rest in bed, and Misty gives us some medicine that can help with the sickness. After a bit of a restless night talking to the voices in our head, we meet up with Takamura to discuss plans going forward, and we also talk to Johnny, and we are now left with a few leads to follow in search for our cure. First, we begin trying to find Evelyn, so we head over to Lizzie's bar to get some information from Judy, and then head over to the clouds to confront Woodman. Now, running here guns blazing isn't an option as we aren't allowed to take toys inside, and so my only option is to sneak past the guards and into Woodman's office. We level up our speech skill a few times and manage to get the information and leave without causing a scene. We almost have a heart attack. Johnny tells us about Mikoshi and tells us he's decided to keep us alive, which is very thoughtful of him. At this point, I decide to head to the afterlife to find Rogue, only to find out that I can't afford her services. I poke everyone in the eye with my third eye to get the Jacob Lamb's eye. We get paid, I give my life savings away, and Rogue gives me Hellman's location, as well as someone who can help, and that is the absolutely glorious specimen, which is Panam. We meet with Panam and she agrees to help, but not until we've helped her get her car back. We try asking some of the members of her clan for help, but they don't seem interested, so we end up having to take it on ourselves. We set up an ambush, which I don't use anyway because we liberate Panam's car and help her further by killing the guy responsible. We witness a dodgy deal go down and then knock back a couple of bevies with Panam.
Another one over here.
At this point, we can then turn our focus onto Hellman, and Panam's plan is to plant a bunch of EMPs. However, this leads us to failing the challenge yet again because we can't just ignore the enemies that are chasing after us, so thanks CyberPunk. We then take down Hellman's AV, dick slap our way through a bunch of robots to save Mitch, and then go and retrieve Hellman. We interrogate Hellman and he gives us the blueprints to the relic, though tells us that we haven't really got a chance anyway. Takamura then takes over and Johnny tells us he's declared war on Arasaka. A little while later, Takamura tells us of his plan to meet with Hanako Arasaka, and we meet with his buddy in an attempt to get him on board with the plan. He says no, so we go ahead with it anyway. Wakako gives us the plans and routes to the parade that will be passing through the town, and we do a little reconnaissance. Takamura is amazed by a cat.
V. What? No sudden movements. Do you see it? That cat?
We break into an Arasaka warehouse with nothing but a penis and proceed to take everyone out inside. After hacking the float and making our escape, we head down to Jig Jig Street to get more information on Evelyn's whereabouts. We head to a chrome shaman named Fingers and interrupt his operation, and after threatening to stick more than just our fingers inside of him, he reveals to us that Evelyn has been taken. We head over to the location he gave us, show people what we do to Bellends, and rescue Evelyn. Although Evelyn isn't talking, Judy did manage to find some information, and we discover that this whole thing has ties to the Voodoo boys. We ask Handy Pandy if he can get us a meet with them, and while we wait, we help Takamura talk to Hanako. We neutralise the snipers, slap Oda about a few times, and aid Takamura in an abduction. After escaping, Takamura gives us a location on where to meet with strict instructions, and for those of you who are wondering, it's not worth ignoring them. We head back to the hideout, knock 4 times this time, and reveal to Hanako that her brother had murdered their father. However, we quickly get ambushed. Johnny tries to convince us that Takamura is done for, but we ignore him and rescue him anyway. You know, I really wonder what Arasaka is beginning to think of their men so far, as none of them have been able to stop a lone man with a vibrator. Let that sink in for a minute. Armed guards, big heavy gear, loads of weapons, versus one man with a vibrator. It doesn't seem fair. We rescue Takamura, split up from Takamura, squat in a hotel room outside of the city, and get a message from Hanako. She tells us that she believes us and the accusations that we have made against her brother, although she can't help us out just yet as she needs time to prepare. So while we wait, I decided to head to the Coyote to say my final goodbyes to Jackie one last time, and we eventually get a call from Mr. Hands. So now, even though we no longer need Alt for the ending that we're going for, we still need to do this main quest where we are introduced to her. You see, Mr. Hands has managed to get us a potential meet with the Voodoo boys, and so we head down to Pacifica to meet up with a man of very few words. He infects us with a virus and then sends us over to a morgue to deal with some agents. We fight our way through the animals, get fondled by Matilda, and side with the agents, mainly for two things. This,
Fucking dare you.
and the other you'll see shortly. Back at the Voodoo Boys, we meet with Brigitte, who's going to help us get to the Black Wall to find Alt. We then get thrown into the memories of Johnny, where we find ourselves getting lucky. We then have the classic after sex argument, and then we get stabbed. However, a simple knife in the gut isn't enough to stop Johnny Boy, so we put together a little team and then break into Arasaka hoping to find Alt. Well, we did, but we were unfortunately too late. We get a bit emotional, punch the cameraman, and a short while later we find the Black Wall Alt, to which she agrees to help us break into Mikoshi and separate Johnny from our body. We then find out that after siding with NetWatch, they had also infected us and had managed to get into the system and wipe out Brigitte and the other Netrunners, which means that we now have to fight our way out of the Voodoo Boys base, but we do get to do this. After making our escape, we end up passing out and Johnny takes us on a well-earned vacation, this lovely little shit-sty of a hotel. He asks to use my body to get in touch with Rogue, but we politely decline, and we can now completely forget about Rogue, about Alt, and everything else like that, as Hanako gives us a call with the go-ahead. This now brings us to technically the final mission of the game. We then meet with Hanako, where she lets us in on the details of the plan. We accept her offer, we disappoint Johnny, and after almost biting the dust once more, we disappoint him again. We then team up with Hellman and Takamura to rescue Hanako from Saburo Arasaka's home. Once again, a team of highly trained agents was taken down pretty much by a single man and his penis. Yeah, madness. We save Hanako, have a cheeky little drink to celebrate our success, and make our way to Arasaka Tower. Once at the tower, Hanako reveals her family's biggest secret, and that is that their father is still alive and kicking. Well, in a sense, anyway. Hanako then takes us to a literal forest built inside the tower, and we convince the rest of the board that a change in leadership is required. Turns out all that talking, however, was completely pointless, as Yorinobu sends a bunch of Arasaka operatives our way, and we must once again fight our way through them. Eventually, this leads us to Adam Smasher, and I expected this fight to be really hard, but it turns out that nothing is harder than the dong that we have in our hands. And with that, we have pretty much completed the game and this challenge. We spend our final moments talking to Yorinobu, and Hanako sends us off with Hellman to get fixed up. We then spend a good amount of time in space going through the same repetitive tests while slowly losing our mind. While they manage to remove Silverhand, it turns out that there is in fact no cure for our condition and that we have 6 months to live. And with that, we decide to return home to Night City, only to find out that essentially everyone forgot about us. Not that there was realistically anyone to remember us anyway. But that does bring an end to CyberPunk 2077's story, and that means we have now completed our challenge run. Now, in terms of whether or not that was a success is a bit confusing. Technically, we can't actually go through the entirety of the game using only the BFC 9000. To be fair, that actually also goes for a lot of other weapons, purely because some of the game's sequences. There are a few missions where you are being chased by enemies while in a vehicle, and you have to take them out in order to progress, and usually this means shooting them. The Johnny Silverhand missions are also where you would straight up fail due to having to kill the enemies in order to progress, and so this does mean using a weapon other than the BFC or whatever weapon that you're going to be using. And obviously the method of actually getting the weapon to begin with is a bit dubious at that, but if you're willing to make exceptions for those specific missions as well as how you obtain the weapon to actually start the run, then I would definitely consider this challenge run a pass in my book. But ultimately I want you guys to let me know whether this counts as a pass or a fail down in the comments below, and if you have any other challenges for some other games or maybe another CyberPunk challenge, be sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll get around to seeing if we can pull it off. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have in fact platinum CyberPunk 2077, and I will be putting together that video at some point in the future. Like I said, I originally wanted that to be this video, but as I've seen quite a few other YouTubers cover it recently, I thought I'd save it for another time. If you like this video and would like to see more content like this, then be sure to hit that like button and share this video around. It shows your support, and your support is always appreciated on the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything I upload, including any more challenge runs and more platinum trophy hunting. Anyway guys, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.